You're listening to the Back Porch Talk podcast. Danny and Jason had many discussions and debates on the back porch while making pivotal investment moves with assets. That's right, with trading cards. They welcome you to the back porch and right into those discussions about current sports news with a fresh and unique twist. So come on and join us. Welcome to the Back Porch Talk podcast. I'm your coach, Jason.
Your coach, Danny.
Fans, we have an absolutely full show for you today. But first, go ahead and go ahead and subscribe. Let the algorithm. Got a little boxing news, got a little NBA, NFL, college football, just a whole lot. Let's get right to it, Danny. This past Friday night, boxing had an interesting matchup. That being of Jake Paul against Joshua, and this was scheduled for 8 rounds. Early predictions was that this was going to be a knockout by Joshua. There's no disappointment there. I think the big thing was this: how long this fight lasted.
Mm-hmm.
This was, again, scheduled for 8 rounds. I would say out of the 8, the first 4 rounds was of Paul running. He tired out big time. Fell a few times. Was at the knees of Joshua for a few times. I know there was some posts out there saying that this is not WWE.
Mm-hmm.
But in the 6th round, Joshua went ahead and ended it, which resulted in a KO and a broken jaw. If Joshua didn't knock him out, to me, this would have been a sign that this was fixed.
Mm-hmm.
Joshua is a heavyweight, a recent heavyweight who is still active.
Mm-hmm.
And this was only scheduled for 8 rounds. Multi-millions of dollars was awarded or was earned. Paul needs to he can do whatever he wants. It's his life.
Mm-hmm.
Do whatever he wants, But you won't see me watching another Jake Paul fight. That was it.
Mm-hmm.
I know he has several millions of viewers on YouTube or whatever the case may be, followers, whatever the case may be. I won't be one of them. And I won't be watching any more of his fights. To me, it's a waste of time. The sweet science of boxing, there's levels to it. Even if Paul decided to go down to, fight a middleweight or to, fight someone who is more comparable. Listen, what that fight proved to me was that he's been working out. He's been training for boxing for a number of years. At this juncture, moved to Puerto Rico. He ain't ready.
Mm-hmm.
Stop it, man. Listen, and for him to fall out, running around the ring, come on, man. I spend my time doing something else. What say you, Danny?
Anthony Joshua he had that little smirk like before he was about to clock him.
Mm-hmm.
And that was real life. Now, I know, like you said, Jake Paul, that was a heavy payday, and his previous fights have been they weren't this.
Mm-mm.
And so now that this has happened, I'm curious on the fallout, the residual effect of this fight.
Mm-hmm.
And for him too, he put on weight. He went up in weight. So that's usually a bad sign as it is when someone's trying to add weight to fight up with somebody in that weight class. But I was just happy Anthony Joshua took care of business, and you just didn't know, like you said, the way it was going, like what's going to happen here? Because you remember with the Mike Tyson fight,
Oh,
is Mike as an older Mike, almost senior citizen Mike, and you just didn't know what was going on here. But here, Joshua was waiting, and it was just like it's
Yeah,
just a matter
man.
of time when.
Yeah, yeah.
I just didn't know it was gonna be like that. I'll tell you that. I was surprised. Like
I was
I didn't
happy.
know that was gonna go down like that. Like I
Well,
thought it would be like some, but when he broke his jaw and knocked him out like that, I did not see that actually happening
I
in this match.
I was happy it happened.
So now, what are the next steps? There's some rumors of some other stuff, but how will viewership be impacted going forward based on what just happened this past Friday?
To me, this is a joke, Danny. This
Mm,
is much like a celebrity boxing match. Now, granted,
yeah.
and he's taking it for real, but I think it needs to be where. Well, first of all, let me just say this. I think the Tyson fight, to me, Tyson was holding back. He was holding back punches, man.
Yep.
Let's be real. And Tyson looked terrible, but I think a part of that looking of terrible was because he was holding some of these punches back. But moving forward, man, I mean, he needs to go like how everybody else goes.
Hmm.
I mean, I can't remember a non-contender going against a heavyweight. Just
And,
how I mean, come on.
and I think too, Jason, we're in a different world now with social media
Yeah,
content.
yeah,
And like you said,
agreed.
he has a boatload of followers. He's making
Hmm.
enough off YouTube as it is. Uh, so for this, it's kind of like the icing on the cake and
Hmm.
kind of fulfilling his dream, if you want to think of it that way. But
Yeah,
but like you said, man, it shouldn't be under the umbrella of true boxing. It's its
exactly.
own separate
Yep.
segment of whatever, like you said, celebrity boxing, whatever you want to call it. But
Hmm.
it's not true indeed. And people found out what true boxing is when he
Exactly.
connected that punch.
Exactly. You're right about that. And now, Danny, right on into the NFL and where a whole lot happened in the NFL, Danny. Whole lot happened, man. And let me just say, Saturday night was a frustrating night. I don't know where to start on this one. Uh, Packers Bears.
Hmm.
Packers won the first game of the season against the Bears. And going into the season, I figured, Packers Bears were going to split this
Yep.
season series. But let me just say, the Packers had this game won several times over. Several times over, Danny. Let me just first start off with the very first drive of the Packers. I want to say it was 4th and 1. Packers decided to go for it, close to the end zone, in the red zone, and they throw an out pass to Christian Watson from Jordan Love before Jordan Love got hurt, and it failed. I don't I don't disagree with going for it. I disagree with the play call. The 4th and 1,
Hmm.
you don't necessarily need to go for a touchdown at a point in time. To me, the way that you were running the ball, you could have a nice running play to secure the first down, move the chains, go to goal. That was one thing. Second thing, man, listen, we had this game won between the grabbing of the face mask, personal fouls, to just a great rush by the front four. The secondary miscommunicated and allowed for a game tying touchdown in the fourth quarter
Hmm.
to a muffed fielding of an onside kick by Dobbs to the secondary allowing a game winning touchdown pass, man. Are you kidding me? So as a result, this puts the Packers in the seventh and final seed for the playoffs. And it doesn't get any easier. Packers play the Ravens this coming Sunday or Saturday, whatever day. They play the Ravens. We got some injuries here. Jordan Love got hurt with a concussion. You did Dobbs with the messed up wrist now. Tight ends are hurt. I mean, we're hurt all the way around, man.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that we were in this game, about really could have won this game and would have been the second seed in the NFC with a battered team. So this is going to be interesting to see how this plays out, Danny. A lot more interesting games that happened this weekend, but this one just hurt. I'm not even gonna lie. This one hurt. Another couple other games here of note. Seahawks Ravens ended in overtime, 38-37. That was a Thursday night game. Seahawks prevail. Uh, interesting ending to that one as well. Another interesting game here of note is that of the Panthers beating the Buccaneers, and the Panthers are winning this South Division, man. I'll let that be to you, Danny, but I'm actually surprised with the Panthers right now.
Mm-hmm.
Another interesting game. The Steelers go into Detroit and beat up on Detroit, man. An interesting ending to that game. 29-24, Steelers prevail. Their playoff hopes are still intact, and a shocking ending, with between the Patriots and Ravens, man, where the Ravens were winning. Patriots come back and takes hold of this game, man. 28-24. Patriots are 12-3. Who would ever thought? They're 12-3, man. And this is just interesting. What say you, Danny, about the NFL weekend?
Tough L for y'all on Saturday night. Caleb Williams was, man, that throw to end to put the game to OT at the back of the end zone, fourth down, mind you.
Yeah.
And he put it on. He put it on him, man. And that was a great catch by that rookie, undrafted rookie at that. And then DJ Moore made the play in overtime. But I will say, man, Malik Willis,
Look good.
he ran the offense better than Jordan Love.
He looks
I am
very good.
because he has that mobility,
Yeah.
so it adds a dynamic to the game. That Jordan Love, he's mobile, but he's not like Willis.
Mm-hmm.
And if you look at his mechanics, Malik Willis, you remember him in Tennessee
Mm-hmm.
and how bad that was. And if you look at his mechanics, totally different from a coaching perspective.
Looks
So
good.
it proves what development and coaching in any sport can do and make an impact because he may get paid next year based on the way he's been playing.
He needs to get paid next year, and this is the final year of his contract. He
Mm-hmm.
needs to get paid. Let me ask you this, Danny, real quickly.
Yeah.
Regardless of what happens for the Packers this season, do you keep LaFleur? You let him go.
If I'm y'all, I keep him. Who else is out there? And it's
Yeah.
not like y'all are like 6-9. Y'all are playing for the 2 seed.
Yeah. And
So
this
that's
and this
just
was
my thought, though,
and we
based
were
on
in
what
a
I've been dealing with in Atlanta.
we were in a game even without a Micah Parsons.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
So that's my thought on that. Buccaneers, Panthers. They play again in 2 weeks. So they have this week, and the Buccaneers still can get this division. Don't let that slide past. But the Panthers pulled it out. Baker Mayfield with a terrible interception at the end of that game. So they go ahead, and Panthers are in the driver's seat. So they just need to go ahead and win some games here, and they can lock it up. Jason, my boys, and go ahead in Arizona and win that game. Bijan, another strong game, man. 160, 170 yards from scrimmage, touchdown, man amongst boys. And they're playing with some heart, even though they're out the playoff picture. Kirk Cousins is all right. Drake London came back from injury, another win. And guess who's on Monday night next week? with a chance to play spoiler. Atlanta versus the Rams in Atlanta. And if you heard me in the past, Jason, the Rams have our number one pick. So it'll be wise for us to try to win that game to mess that pick up as much as possible. So they'll hit as high as a pick as because we don't have a first round pick because they have it. So big win by Atlanta. I still think that Raheem, they're gonna have to make some changes there. And then Jason, I look at you highlight the other games, but the Bills, Cleveland, Josh Allen didn't have a good game. He got injured in that game. I think it was his foot. So when you look at the AFC wide open with Patrick Mahomes going to be, he's not there. Lamar and them are basically on life support. Joe Burrow, Bengals are out. This is the Bills' year. So if they don't win it this year, this is his moment right now. And we'll see what, because it's his for the taking. Put it like that.
I agree, Danny. I agree.
So it was some good games. And then the Jaguars went in Denver and won by 2 touchdowns. And Trevor Lawrence is playing lights out right now. So they're going to be dangerous going into the playoffs. But we still have 2 weeks. And these injuries keep piling up for these teams. And now it's just who can stay the healthiest and get on a run.
Right now, as the AFC playoff standings stand, the number 1 seed, the Denver Broncos, number 2 seed, New England Patriots, 3, Jacksonville Jaguars, 4, Pittsburgh Steelers, 5, LA Chargers, 6, Buffalo Bills, and 7, Houston Texans, with the Colts at number 8 and Ravens at number 9. So still outside chance for them somehow. So it's going to be a lot happening in the next couple of weeks here. In the NFC, you have at the number 1 seed, the Seattle Seahawks. The number 2 seed, Chicago Bears. Number 3, Philadelphia Eagles. 4, Carolina Panthers. 5, LA Rams. 6, 49ers. 7, Packers. On the outside looking in right now, Detroit Lions at 8. And somehow they got the Vikings are eliminated at the number 9, but at the number 10 seed, you have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers with still a shot.
Yep.
So it depends upon how that NFC South really rolls at that point in time. Danny, this is just an interesting mix of teams in the playoffs, man. Very different from what we have seen in the past, which is good.
Yeah.
I'm just curious at how this is all going to shake out. I'm curious how this is going to shake out, man. And I hate to say this. I really hate to say this, man. I hate to say this, Danny, but Chicago Bears, they got outside shot here, man. They got outside shot, and don't put it past this happening. The Packers and Bears facing off again in the playoffs. I can see that happening, but here's the thing: the Packers got to first make it in. There's no shoe in for them right now, so we'll see what happens. And just as we talk about the NFL, just a little bit about college and where the college playoffs actually started this past weekend. But let me first acknowledge the Celebration Bowl, which happened a couple of weeks ago here on the 13th of December. And what an awesome game. Went into overtime several times over. South Carolina State wins 40-38 against Prairie View A&M to become the Black National College Football champions, and kudos to them on that accomplishment. But the college football playoffs did start, and just a whole lot has happened this past weekend, Danny. Tulane against Ole Miss, that was a whooping put on by Ole Miss. Miami against Texas A&M, Danny, what an amazing game. Miami goes into Texas A&M and wins 10-3, and Miami faces now Ohio State, which is going to be an amazing game, actually, I believe. So, man, just a whole lot that's happened this past weekend. I mentioned Tulane against Ole Miss. James Madison against Oregon, another whooping there put on by Oregon, 51-34, putting out James Madison. And I think the question is whether or not you do that moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
James Madison and Tulane deserves to be in. They were uh, champions of their conference and uh, ranked appropriately. But some would argue that there were some better teams out there with higher profile, a higher budget. Let's just put it where it is, the higher budget,
Yep.
higher NILs, etc. Uh, some would say maybe better players, a better program than Tulane and James Madison that didn't make it. That's an argument.
Mm-hmm.
Please do not extend this college football bracket to another two teams. Either you make it or you don't, and you didn't. So, I mean, there you have it. But that produces at times not the greatest game. What say you, Danny, about college football?
Yeah, Jay, on the Celebration Bowl, man. Yeah, that game was wild. Man, there's so many times, man. I'm like, oh man, this team got it or that team got it,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
it was that quadruple overtime.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, yeah. So
It was
it was a
wild.
crazy game. But
Controversial call
hey,
at the end. Very much so.
yep. So, but congratulations to South Carolina State for doing that. And then on this college bracket, you highlight the games this past weekend. I'll tell you one team, one person in particular for Miami, their kicker. It was a rough day at the office. So if they'd have lost that game, uh, where Texas A&M actually was in the red zone trying to score, and they ended up throwing an interception where Miami sealed the game there. But they were on their way to try to tie it at the end. The kicker was what, 1 for 4, if I'm not mistaken, for kick or for field goals. So if they would have lost, man, that would have been tough for him, going forward in life. But they ended up winning. And so I'm looking forward to these second round matchups. The one I'm really curious about, Jason, is Indiana, Alabama.
Yeah.
Alabama is no slouch, and I'm really pulling for Indiana because they're, for number one seed, at least I want to make it at least make it around,
Mm-hmm.
right? I don't want them getting bounced, but they don't get the greatest matchup in the second round with Alabama. I think they can beat Alabama, but I'm just curious how this all goes with the pressure and all these things that will be a part of this game, along with these other games, but Indiana in particular. So we'll see, man. There's some good matchups in the second round, but looking at this, that's the one I'm really focused on.
It's some very good matchups in the second round, Danny. Let's say the number 5 seed Oregon against Texas Tech in the Orange Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
As you mentioned, Alabama against Indiana in the Rose Bowl.
Yep.
That's gonna be nuts. A lot of crimson
Yeah.
in the stands there. Ole Miss against Georgia. That's gonna be a good one too. For the
Mm-hmm.
Sugar Bowl, and then Miami against Ohio State for at the Cotton Bowl. I think, Danny, this is just gonna be a very intriguing second round.
Yep.
It really is, and I can't pick right now. I'm gonna have to think on this one,
Mm-hmm.
quite honestly. And Danny, right into a little NBA talk and where Christmas is coming up. And as you know, the NBA is synonymous with Christmas. Cavaliers and Knicks starts it off at 12 o'clock Eastern time. Spurs against Thunder at 2:30 Eastern. 5 o'clock game. It's going to be Mavericks against the Warriors. 8 o'clock Rockets against the Lakers. 10:30 Timberwolves against the Nuggets. A good slate of games. But Danny, let me just say, we had a discussion pre-show here, and just we were thinking about the ratings of the NBA this year with basically all of the games on different networks, and sometimes it could just get very confusing. According to AI, they're doing a search. According to AI, it says the NBA TV ratings are experiencing a significant surge this year, showing a 30 to 92% increase through the first month across networks like NBC, ESPN, and Amazon, reaching the highest early season numbers in 15 years, partly due to increased accessibility from new broadcast deals at the popular NBA Cup. Viewers are flocking to broadcast on new partners like NBC and Amazon, with NBC Peacock averaging millions and ESPN up 24%. Danny, I don't know how true this is. I know this is from AI, but I know as a consumer, as an NBA fan, it has been extremely difficult to keep up with where games are, what games going to be on. Even the NBA on ESPN, more so with the crew.
Yep.
Kenny, Shaq, Charles, and Ernie. I haven't seen them at all. Well, I saw them maybe one time this year. Whereas in years past, of course, they were just on TNT, and normally right now we would have seen them a few times.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know what's going on, but I will say this: I did watch an Amazon broadcast with it must have been with Taylor Woods and Dirk and Steve Nash and
Haslam.
Yep, exactly. And I would say I actually like that crew because they really go into the X's and O's. Dirk provided like a lot of great insight in terms of how they shoot, all that stuff. So I think having that's been very interesting to watch. But I don't know where AI is getting the information and the data from, because a lot of people who I talk to, they haven't watched it either. What say you, Danny, about the NBA Christmas Day and the NBA slate?
Jason, I actually like this slate. In years past, it's been kind of all over the board, but these are all strong matchups with some star power in each game.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at you got the Knicks who are playing well. Cleveland's kind of struggling. So big game there. Spurs, Thunder. You got Wemby. You got the OKC Thunder. Mavericks, Warriors. You got Steph. You got Cooper Flag, who's coming on of late. The Mavericks aren't the greatest team, but he's been playing well as a rookie. Lakers, Rockets. Enough said there. Just making sure that KD and LeBron and Doncic are all going to be in the game. And then Nuggets, Timberwolves as the nightcap. So looking forward to the slate. Obviously, they have to compete with the NFL, they have 3 games, but their games aren't the strongest because all the games are pretty much, there's nothing really to play for.
Mm-hmm.
So this is where this year the NBA may have an advantage, but we'll see because the NFL is king. As far as the ratings are concerned, Jay, I think the broadcasts themselves are good. It's just like you said, it's like who's on where, and you also have Peacock involved, right, on Monday nights. So if you're not really paying attention, you won't see it on either NBA TV or Peacock. But for me personally, I like the NBC setup from the old school. Now it's just on, public television. So for those consumers who do not have cable, the cable cutters, all that, you get access to the games where you don't have to worry about TNT or ESPN. So, and the Amazon broadcast, I like that as well because they bring in different analytics. Amazon's sitting on AWS, so they have a lot of data, and they can bring a different feel to the games. It's very interesting information from AI. So we'll see what the Christmas numbers bring. And, like I said, with the NFL now going to 3 games, trying to take the day over, it'll be very interesting, too, to see how that impacts them and going forward, actually, too, on how they play this.
Thank you for joining us at Back Porch Talk Podcast. You can also join us on Twitter by tweeting us at @back_podcast. For more information, you can go to our website, which is backporchtalkpodcast.com. You can also email us at backporchtalkpodcast@gmail.com. Again, thank you for joining us, and remember that there's enough hate in the world, so go ahead and spread a little love.